Hello everyone, and welcome to the Mindfulness online guided meditation. Thank you for being here. Today I'm going to guide us in 10 minutes mindfulness of the breath and say a few words about remembering to be present. We're here to support each other in our formal mindfulness practice, and I set up a Google Hangout, which was to start a few minutes ago, and I got a double affair on my computer, so I had to close both. Anyway, here we are, and mindfulness is about being here and being here kindly, and it really helps to practice. So with the support of a class or a teacher or these online broadcasts, I hope that you're finding a little more regular mindfulness in your lives. It helps to sit in a dignified posture. There are all kinds of feedback loops in the body, and so the posture affects our mood and our mood affects our posture. And so one thing we can do is decide to sit in a noble fashion, even if we're not feeling particularly noble at the time. It can set us on a good path. So when we're ready, closing our eyes for 10 minutes, mindfulness of the breath. Coming into the moment, feeling ourselves sitting. Noticing the physical feelings in the body, contact with the chair, and noticing how it feels right now. And do the feelings of warmth or pressure change or move as we observe them. Exploring with interest, not looking for anything extraordinary, simply noticing how our body feels right now. And it might be helpful to notice our feet, where they're resting, perhaps on the floor or folded underneath. So landing in the body in a way, coming home to ourselves, coming home to the now. And just noticing what that feels like. And if we're distracted or impatient or not quite here, it doesn't matter. We'll be kind with ourselves and be with whatever our experience happens to be. Being with what we have rather than some state we would like to achieve. So scanning the body a little bit to see how we feel sitting. And then inviting our attention to the breath. and noticing where we feel the movement. And do we feel the movement in several places? Or is our attention drawn to just one? And is it a delicate sensation or an obvious one? And here we are, being the witness, as the body breathes by itself, observing with interest, observing with a warm and accepting regard. Knowing it's quite normal for the mind to wander. And when we're taken away with our thoughts, we notice as soon as we can that our attention has drifted. And we might notice where we went. And acknowledge that mini journey. And come back to the sensations associated with the breath. Whether it's the movement in the belly, the touch of the skin of the rib cage, rising and falling against our clothes, or whether it's the air passing in our nostrils, in our throat. Connecting with the senses and actually feeling the breath rather than thinking about it. Being gentle and spacious. And bringing the mind back from the future, the memories, the worries, the imaginings, and come back to this precious gift of now. The only place where our life truly unfolds. Adopting a state of being rather than doing. And allowing ourselves the time to sit and notice the breath moment by moment. And just a few more breaths in mindful awareness. And one last breath. And when we're ready, opening our eyes. Well done, everyone. And today I'd like to share a few words on remembering to be present. So some people who take an 8-week course are very comfortable doing their sitting practice, their regular formal practice in the morning and in the evening. And during the day, they forget to sort of be there. And then there are other people who quite easily, quite naturally bring themselves into the moment on a regular basis. So the idea is that our formal practice will infuse our day with mindfulness, and it also helps that during the day we notice moments and we're more present more often. So it can be handy to have a little trigger or a bell that reminds us to take a breath, feel our bodies, be present, and check in with ourselves, whether it's with a formal 3-phase breathing space or whether it's just one breath to land, to actually feel what we're feeling, to really know where we are and to be present with ourselves. And some of those useful reminders can be when an SMS comes in on your phone, just here I am, check in, how am I feeling, what's going on in my body. It might be getting in the car, getting out of the car just before you get out when you arrive somewhere, can be staying at a traffic light. There are all kinds of little reminders in the day when we go to the loo, when we make a cup of tea or coffee. And these can be moments when we can just be there, just be in that moment and be present in our lives and step out of automatic pilot and allow this moment, just this moment, to be our experience and to be enough. And I think we talked about that last week, about the moment and being enough in the now and having the feeling that the moment can support us and that we can rely on that to be there, rely on being able to connect with our own inner experience in an accepting and mindful way. Thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon for another shared meditation. And I encourage you to take those moments to be with yourself regularly throughout your day. Bye for now.